Griffain is the new high flyer project in artificial intelligence listed on the Solana chain. Now it's gaining traction. The question is, how much longer can this traction last? Who's buying here? Who's selling here? Let's have a look at the on-chain metrics most people are not considering. Now this is not the first video on Griffain on this channel. I published one 25 days ago and initially nobody was interested, but now the video starts to gain some traction. And that's not really a surprise. It's now the fourth largest trending token on Solana in terms of liquidity. There's 9.1 million in the Radium pool. And so it's not just the video that's gaining traction. Obviously, the price is up as well. It's close to all-time highs. It's up 12% today alone, despite there being less buyers than sellers. In other words, the buyers tend to move more money than the sellers do. This is not necessarily very usual, given that now the price goes higher and the sellers should actually be taking profit. Now you see over here a little data point. On the 14th of November, when the price was at 0.2 cents, since then we went up by 24,000%. And that data point here, that is when we got a notification. So we're tracking various influencer wallets, for example, Kyle Chessy as well. And he swapped some of his GOAT tokens to Griffain at that price. Now here's something very interesting about Griffain. The price continues to go up. More and more people buy the token despite the project still being in early access. You need an invite in order to use Griffain. But luckily there are also explainer videos on the Twitter profile explaining what Griffain is doing. There are various AI agents with different use cases. Now the Griffain token has 46,000 holders. And the big question is, why did the price almost 3x since listing on CoinMarketCap on the 20th of December? Now CoinMarketCap had been pretty slow because the token started trading already on the 8th of December. So despite the attention somewhat slowing down since then, again, the price was able to continue rising. Now let's have a look at the trading volume. On the left side in US dollars, on the right side normalized to 100% per day. And that trading volume is split up across different wallet sizes. So small retail is all the wallets that have less than $1,000 worth of Griffain. Medium retail is up to $10,000. Large retail is up to $100,000. We can clearly see how the token got a lot of adoption starting on the 7th of December. So that's still 2 weeks before the CoinMarketCap listing. And then upon listing of CoinMarketCap, we actually haven't seen much of a difference. Now over time, we don't really see a drastic change in who is moving the token, who's trading the token. It seems like the ratio of small retail to medium-sized retail to large retail over time, that ratio in terms of trading volume isn't really changing. The number of holders is changing though. On the left side, we've got retail. On the right side, we've got the whales. And in the middle is something in between. Now, the way we make this distinction is by minimum holding threshold. So on the left side, it's 2,000 tokens that a wallet has to hold at minimum to be counted in this chart. In the middle, it's 20,000 tokens. On the right, it's 200,000 tokens. And so retail continues to accumulate and the whales at least continue to hold. They stopped accumulating on the 13th of December, so 1 week before the listing on CoinMarketCap. And that did initially put a dent into the price. We went down by 56%. But now retail seems to be taking over again, and so we see new all-time highs. Now we are currently in an expanding market. There's money flowing in from traditional finance into crypto. We can see this in the stablecoin market cap. I like this chart quite a lot because it has very little volatility and it shows us very clearly if we are currently contracting and we should be betting on falling prices, or if we are expanding and money is flowing into crypto and we should be betting on rising prices. Since October of 2023, the circulating stable supply has grown by 62%. We are now at $188 billion. When you're sending your hard-earned fiat to Binance, Binance then sends this over to a stablecoin issuer that takes custody of the funds and that then afterwards issues the tokens on the blockchain. And we can see the issuance here in the chart. The thing is though that returns are now very much asymmetric. We can't anymore just buy 100 different altcoins and hope to outperform Bitcoin with that. Have a look at the top performing categories in the last 7 days. It's Memecoin related, it's the Pump.fun ecosystem, it's AI. So unless your portfolio has nothing but AI and meme coins, you're likely underperforming just plain and simply holding Bitcoin. Here is what didn't perform that well. privacy coins, real-world asset protocols, bridge tokens, proof-of-work tokens, lending and borrowing protocols. And why did those tokens perform worse than, say, the meme coins and the AI agents? It's because of tokenomics. Everybody got burnt after the DeFi summer because of token unlocks, right? Venture capitalists sold all their allocations. And so when we're speculating with a lot of risk anyways, when we buy all of those altcoins and we want to get the upside, why not simply play fairly player versus player? This is, I believe, why AI and why the meme coins are doing that well. Here, have a look at this, right? This is the tokenomics of the balancer token. This is how much the balancer supply increased over time. Within the span of 4 to 5 years, the supply more than 3x'd. And that then means that the token has to underperform Bitcoin and Ethereum. Over here, this is the balance price relative to Ethereum. So not to the US dollar, because when Ethereum and when Bitcoin goes up, then of course balancer goes up as well, but it's always about relative performance. Do we get more performance by taking on more risk compared to just buying Bitcoin? And for most tokens, unfortunately, the answer is no. We don't see that outperformance, right? Balancer versus ETH did very, very poorly. And that is why people now get into meme coins, etc. Because the supply is not expanding. We do not see an underperformance of literally 99%. What performed best in the last 7 days? SPX 6900 and Fartcoin. Both are meme coins. SPX 6900 is now at $1.53. Fartcoin is at $1.34. And it's always about being early. Now, how fair is meme coin trading? It's 100% player versus player, but at least it's not venture capitalists or insiders or team versus player. But player versus player in the end still means that the player that has most information and that has most skills tends to make most money. So simply just gambling on altcoins isn't going to cut it. It's about getting the right info. And so have a look at SPX 16900. There are several alerts here, and Kyle Chessy bought the token at 47 cents. Again, now we are more than 3x that value. Or have a look at Fartcoin. Kyle Chessy bought at 4.5 cents. And he's not buying small amounts, right? He's buying 20K over here. Those 4 to 5 cents turned into $1.34. So that's a 25x from here, right? If you make bets like this, it's okay if half of the bets, if even 3/4 of the bets go down. It's really an approach comparable to what the professionals are doing, right? It's buying a lot of small things, but only buying a lot of things where there's a lot of upside. You don't want to buy a lot of large altcoins. You want to buy a lot of small ones, and you want to only buy the things where the insiders have some knowledge. So I've talked about Kyle Chessy now twice in this video. Here is his YouTube channel. He's got 141,000 subscribers. And the reason why we've got these kind of alerts is because we track his wallets. We've got 12 of Kyle Chessy's wallets in total. Have a look at this. This is Crypto Banter. They've got 1.1 million subscribers. And here's the thing with crypto. There isn't a lot of regulation, right? A lot of people simply buy a token and then afterwards promote it on YouTube. And so when a channel with 1.1 million subscribers talks about a token, of course this generates attention. Of course attention leads to purchases, and of course purchases lead to rising prices. And we've got 33 of Crypto Banter's wallets. We know when they are buying and selling. Or check this out. Alex Becker's channel, 1.55 million subscribers, even more. We've got 12 of his wallets. Making money in crypto, I believe, is all about buying with the anticipation that more people will buy afterwards. Now, if influencers buy something and they talk about something, it's likely that there will be a lot of purchases afterwards, right? Depending on how large the token is, of course, and how large the following of the influencer is. If Alex Becker is talking about Bitcoin going up, it's very unlikely that that's going to move the needle. But if Kyle Chessy is buying Fartcoin for 4 cents, then this might move the needle. Now, I like this strategy that much that I made a dedicated tutorial section just on this topic. How can we find influencer wallets? How can we track influencer wallets? And how can we interpret the signals that we get from the tracking? It's all part of the premium membership of this channel. Feel free to check it out. It's thebitcointrader.com. Premium is not just about wallet tracking. It's also about risk mitigation. It's also about on-chain analytics. There's more than 100 tutorial videos in total in premium. So feel free to check it out. It's currently $165 per month. There's also a 1-week money back guarantee. So in case you don't learn anything, etc., just message me within the first 7 days and I will refund you 100%. There's really zero risk for you. Now, the big question is, how much more upside potential is there still for Griffain? Does it still make sense to buy the token now? Let's have a look at relative market caps. What we've got over here is a list of the Pump.fun ecosystem tokens, and Griffain is one of those tokens, and it's got a market cap of 480 million roughly. With a 2x, it would become the second largest of the Pump.fun ecosystem tokens. With a 3x, it would be the largest. So if Griffain cannot outgrow Pump.fun, if it stays within this universe, then a 3x from here is the absolute ceiling. Now here are AI agent launch pads, and we don't have, for whatever reason, AI16Z in here, but there is Virtual's protocol with a market cap of 3.8 billion. AI16Z, by the way, has 2.4 billion in market cap. Griffain is now at 500 million, a bit under that. And so for the price to reach virtual protocol level or AI16Z levels, we would have to see a lot of successful tokens coming out of Griffain. We don't see that yet. Right now, it's all demo videos. It's not yet usage on chain. Now here is the potential kicker. Most of the trading volume still happens on decentralized exchanges. The centralized exchanges don't yet own a lot of the token supply. That means that in case the centralized exchanges are interested in the token, they might accumulate, and that market making accumulation will of course push up the price as well. We do, however, have some leverage in the market in the form of perpetual futures, and that's dominated by Binance. And the issue is that Binance tends to move prices quite a bit. If you buy a perp contract on Binance, on Griffain, then of course Binance in the background will hedge itself. And that hedging happens with the spot market, of course. Now, I personally don't own, and I'm also not planning to buy any Griffain. The main reason for me is not retail interest. The main reason for me is that the whales aren't buying more. I don't want to get into a token that has at maximum a 3x from here. I think it's better to buy tokens that are maybe 100 million in market cap, maybe 50 million in market cap, but at 500, I'm not sure if all of that risk is worth it, especially if there's leverage in the price through the Binance futures. If you got some value out of this video, feel free to subscribe. I publish videos regularly. A like would be very much appreciated as well. It helps the channel grow. See you in the next video, or see you in premium. Cheers.